Historically, 2022, 2023, napakababa, 32 to 60%. So bigla kayong lulundag at maging 90%. So ano kayo, Superman? Paano mo protektahan yung cybersecurity ng ibang mga government agencies natin na umaasa sa inyo kung mismong isa sa mga tanggapan nyo ay nahack? The fact na, the fact na kayo po'y naisahan, medyo malaking kahiyaan po yun. Dapat no excuses. Dapat kayo ang authority pagdating sa cybersecurity. Dapat lahat na matanggapan nyo, umpisa nyo muna sa lahat na matanggapan nyo na hindi pwedeng mahack dapat. Regardless. Paano gastusin itong 300 million? For 2025, you are proposing an amount of 300 million para sa confidential expenses. Okay, but anyway, listen to this. Sa 2023 COA report, 3 years na hindi nag-submit ng financial statements. Biktima ko, ilang beses na ako lumapit sa inyo. Yung lumalabas na fake news doon o fake video or fake article about me. Not only about me, about Lance Gokongwei, Enrique Razon, Jessica So, Antonita Berna, at napakarami pang personality, mga investment scam. Paulit-ulit na lang ito for the Assistant Secretary Renato Paraiso confirm the hacking of a website of DICT's Disaster Risk Reduction Management Division. Tama? Is that a correct statement? Now, it should be, right? Now, my question is, how can you claim yourself to be a cybersecurity authority kung mismong isa sa mga opisina ninyo ay nahack? Paano mo protektahan yung cybersecurity ng ibang mga government agencies natin na umaasa sa inyo kung mismong isa sa mga tanggapan nyo ay nahack?
Yusek D, you're recognized. Go ahead.
Sure.
You may respond.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, first we would like to confirm that that website, the Disaster Risk Management website, which is part of the many websites being maintained by DICT, has been what do you call that? There was an unauthorized access to it. We would like to reiterate, Your Honor, that the unauthorized access did not extend to the core systems of DICT. That said, we have already improved our security mechanisms. That website po kasi is really open for uploads because it is where we receive field reports, especially during the times of disaster. We understand, Your Honor, that cybersecurity is a very complex matter, and that, of course, we're transparent enough and honest enough to say that if there are some systems we need to improve on, we will do so. But we reiterate, and we will be more than happy to submit to this August Chamber the report of what actually transpired. And again, let me reiterate, Your Honors, that it was an isolated system that did not. In fact, may rinan po silang scripts na hindi rin. Kumbaga, they are trying to get privilege, parang improved access through an external party. Parang privilege escalation ang tawag po namin dyan sa hacking, and they were unsuccessful. But yes, we confirm that there was unauthorized access to it.
Pero you should not use as an excuse, Yusek Oy, the fact na, Yusek D, the fact na kayo po'y naisahan, medyo malaking kahiyaan po yun. Dapat no excuses. Dapat kayo ang authority pagdating sa cybersecurity. Dapat lahat na matanggapan nyo, umpisa nyo muna sa lahat na matanggapan nyo na hindi pwedeng mahack dapat. Regardless. Yun po yung point ko dito. Now, you're proposing an amount of 300 million for your confidential expenses lodged under DICT's Office of the Secretary. May mga programa ho ba kayo para paano gastusin itong 300 million? For 2025, you're proposing an amount of 300 million para sa confidential expenses. Paano gastusin itong 300 million confidential funds na may bibigay sa inyo? Wala pa sana, pero pinopropose niya, di po ba? Kaya nga, nagpo-propose kayo ng ganitong amount, so hindi nga pumasok, pero bakit ko kayo nagpropose ng ganito? Para saan sana ito? Saan nyo sana gagamitin itong 300 million? Ano sana mga programa meron kayong nakalaan para gastusin itong confidential funds sana kung sakali man ay natuloy? Kasi hindi lang kayo basta-basta hingi ng ganitong kalaking amount kung wala kayong programa katapat o kaakibat. Tama?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, if I may. Thank you for that question. First, we would like to reiterate that we understand that in the initial discussions of the budget, we did request for a 300 million confidential funds, Your Honor. But right now, we are no longer pursuing that particular request, and we do not. It was not included in the National Expenditure Program, which was submitted to the President and which was approved by the Cabinet. That said, Your Honor, I will be more than happy to discuss the details of that in an executive session. Basically, in general terms, the DICT also has series of information gathering activities, which leads to information, for example, of arrests of certain hackers, and certain information which will tell us proactively if a particular government agency or a critical information infrastructure has been breached.
Sa social media, rampant na ngayon yung AI. Alam niyo po yun, ano? Lalo na palapit ng eleksyon. How could you stop that? Yung paggamit ng AI para sirain ang isang tao o isang kandidato, upurihin ang isang tao o isang kandidato. And definitely these are fake news. At nagiging rampant na to, naging talamak na. At parang totoo, para sa isang ordinaryong tao, parang totoo yung nakikita nilang video. At dumadami na ito, so paano po mapatigil ito?
Thank you for that question again, Your Honor. With the permission of the Secretary, Mr. Chair, right now we have a coalition with major social media platforms. We have their back-end reporting system. We agreed on a watermarking and categorization system. Once they detect that it is an AI generated or a edited video in general, or a video that was shown without the sufficient context, pagtutulong-tulungan naming ma-detect, and they will watermark it po. They will put a label saying that either this video is out of context or maglalagay sila ng this is possibly AI generated. So that's the first thing po na ginagawa natin. Pangalawa, Your Honor, we have a lot of information materials already telling the public how to detect this. For example, there are free websites that can be used in the
No, you're not supposed to tell the public. You're supposed to delete those videos na para hindi na makarating sa public. Yun yung point ko. You don't tell them, you do it.
Your Honor,
Kasi marami nang kumakalat ng mga fake news. I myself, biktima ko, ilang beses na ako lumapit sa inyo. Yung lumalabas na fake news doon o fake video or fake article about me. Not only about me, about Lance Gokongwei, Enrique Razon, Jessica So, Antonita Berna, at napakarami pang personality, mga investment scam. Paulit-ulit na lang ito for more than a year, and I've been communicating with you guys and telling you na please do something about this. Not only me, but other personalities. At maraming naniniwala at maraming nag-invest doon because our names were used and you guys are not doing anything. Or what have you done? Tell me, ano mga programa meron kayo para i-stop yung ganitong klaseng scam at modus at marami nang naluloko?
Your Honor, actually, of the reports submitted to us, which we forwarded to the social media networks, I just don't have the statistics. But there are a numerous number of URLs. Wala lang ako number ngayon, but it's more than 500.
You know what? You haven't done nothing for me as far as I'm concerned. Ako mismo, yung mga tao ko mismo ang tumawag sa Facebook. Tao ko mismo ang gumawa ng parang para ma-delete yun. Pero kayo wala kayong nagawa. Kayo may budget na para sa ganitong klaseng mga sitwasyon, sa ganitong klaseng mga problema, wala kayong nagawa. Pero yung mga tao ko may nagawa. Kumbaga, kanya-kanya kami, yung mga nabibiktima ng fake news, kami yung gumagawa ng paraan para mapadelete yun. Kayo wala. Hanggang sat-sat lang kayo eh. Hanggang programa kayo and then ask budget and then come up with this program, etc. But you're not doing anything. You're not walking the talk.
Your Honor, we apologize if there are some other items na hindi namin nagawa. But we have a record of a lot of URLs we already reported to the social media networks, most of which were blocked or removed others were labeled. For example, there was this report from at least one a reporter from CNN, another, on top of my head, Your Honor, kasi wala po akong statistics right now. There is a reporter from ABS-CBN, of course, several reports regarding the AI videos of the president, which we were able to request the social media platforms from being removed. We'll be more than happy to submit a report of all the URLs and of all the Facebook posts that have been either deleted or marked or categorized by the social media platforms. But Your Honor, let me also reiterate that this is also an ad hoc thing because technically we do not have a law that regulates social media platforms. Kumbaga po, sinasubmit lang din namin ito. Mas mabilis lang kasi we have a back-end system with them. But the decision to either remove it or to categorize it still remains with the social media platforms. For
You know,
example,
but you should get in touch with Facebook or YouTube,
Yes.
whatever social media
We do that,
platform that
Your
is. Let them know about the problem.
Yes, sir, we do that.
Currently affecting many Filipinos, many people, especially yung mga taong, mga personality na nasisira na yung kanilang mga reputasyon. Okay.
we do that, Your Honor.
All right. Now, let's move on. Sabi mo kanina, yung 300 million hindi napasok sa NEP, yung sa confidential fund. Andito, 300 million. Napasok sa NEP. Andito. Tama ba?
Budget po ng DICT Office of the Secretary.
Budget of the DICT Office of the Secretary. Andito. Pakita mo nga sa kanila. So, kung meron kayong ganun 300 million at yan ay pumasok sa NEP, then you have to explain to us. I think the Filipino people have the right to know paano nyo gagastusin yan. Okay. Mababa ang absorptive capacity ng DICT. Hindi nagagasta ang budget na inilaan sa inyo for 2023. 62.45%. For 2024 as of June 30, 2024, 42.92% lamang inyong utilization rates. Hingi kayo ng pondo na hindi nyo maalam kung paano nyo gastusin o hindi nyo nagastos.
Yes, Mr. Chair, if I may be recognized.
Yeah.
2023 is about 62%. And for the first half of this year, that's about 43%, rounded off. Now, we have certain procurements that were failed, Mr. Chair. If those procurements should have been pushed through, that would have been about more than 50% for the first half of this year, Mr. Chair. But having said that, as presented by our secretary a while ago, our budget for this year compared to last year is significantly higher. And before the end of the year, we will be hitting more than 90%, Mr. Chair.
Okay, pero historically, 2022, 2023, napakababa, 32 to 60%. So bigla kayong lulundag at maging 90%. So ano kayo, Superman?
No, Mr. Chair. But right now, if I may, our utilization rate already hit about 64%, and we have certain procurements that are already moving towards the end of this year.
I hope so. DICT received an adverse opinion from the Commission on Audit for 2023 for the misstatements on the following. Asset accounts amounting to 498 billion. 498 million. And then liabilities amounting to 86 million. And then net assets, equity accounts amounting to 585 million. Total na ito. When in fact, ang threshold lamang, ayon sa COA, ay dapat 65 million. way above kayo doon sa threshold na sinet forth ng COA. Ang layo, 65 million set threshold lamang, umabot kayo ng 585 million, kaya napaka laking adverse opinion binigay sa inyo ng Commission Audit. Ang pinaka mataas na adverse opinion given to any agency in the history of government agencies for that matter. Alam niyo po yun?
If I may be recognized. With respect to the adverse opinion, supposedly from the COA, right now it's still being reconciled and the report is not yet final. If I may clarify with respect to the adverse opinion, the source of that pertains to the prior year balances. In fact, for the past 2 years that for the current administration, we don't have any notice of disallowances. And what is also contributory to that, Mr. Chair, is the fact that the beginning balances stems from the different organizations which led to the establishment of the ICT. In fact, there were about 6 offices of the government, and some of the balances were transferred from this previous departments. And in addition to that, Mr. Chair, what also led to that is the fact that there were a lot of changes in the administration with respect to the ICT during the past administration.
So, hugas kamay kayo. But anyway, listen to this. Sa 2023 COA report, 3 years na hindi nag-submit ng financial statements ang DICT. 2020, 2021, 2022. Ang recommendation ng COA, suspension of salary of officials, employees responsible. Bakit hanggang ngayon hindi nyo po nagagawa?
Mr. Chair, for 2023, we have already submitted the financial statements, but
Have
it's
you?
already late. Yes, sir.
Oh, when was it submitted?
I believe late last year, Mr. Chair.
Late last year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope so. And I need to see a report of that na nasubmit nyo na po sa COA yan. Na-clear na po kayo ng COA.
We will submit, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
How about yung 790 million pesos na pinasusoli sa inyo ng COA? Notice of disallowance, disapproval of transaction either in whole or in part for being illegal, irregular, unnecessary, excessive, extravagant, or unconscionable expenditure. 792 million. Naisoli na po ba ito? At pakipaliwanag ba? Ano po ito yung mga tinatawag na illegal, irregular, excessive, extravagant?
Mr. Chair, I will check our records, but for the past 2 years,
2023 COA report to
yes, sir. That is actually an accumulated balance from the prior years, yung sa 790 million.
Kaya nga po, ito ba na-explain nyo sa COA, na-clear na ba kayo ng COA at nasoli nyo na ba sa COA? At gusto ko lang po malaman, ano-ano po dito yung sinasabi nilang excessive, extravagant at illegal? Sample lang po itong illegal, extravagant, excessive. Ano po yun? Para may depensa yung sarili nyo.
Mr. Chair, we will submit our report on that. Currently, we are coordinating
Pero
with
dapat
COA.
meron na kayong ready ngayon, ma-explain nyo sa amin ngayon. Kasi ito yung budget kaya nyo pa submit. Mabagal kayo ano ko nga sa inyo, integrity ng PCS o Lotto, umabot kayo 1 taon para lamang pang ilang linggo lang yung inassess nyo. Inabot kayo 1 taon bago bumalik sa akin. So this one, we need it now. Ano itong tinatawag na illegal, irregular, unnecessary, excessive, extravagant na expenditure? Unconscionable expenditure, 792 million.
We will submit ASAP, Mr. Chair.
Can you answer the question because we want to put that on record? It's a valid question, and this is a budget hearing,
Yes,
so we need to exactly know the details of that report. And COA is we use COA's report to propound questions and to seek clarification. So,
There's a COA member here,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair.
I think we
COA
have,
ba tayo?
Nandito ba yung COA?
Yes, we have a COA personnel.
COA, pwedeng paki-explain, sir?
Good
Ano ito?
afternoon, Mr. Chair. Can I be recognized?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Sir, ano?
Mr. Chair, that notice disallowance pertains to previous administrations,
Okay.
and it's now under appeal at the commission.
Pero pwede malaman kung ano yung tinatawag na illegal, irregular, unnecessary, excessive. Para dapat masampa ng kaso, ang dapat sampa ng kaso regardless kung previous or present administration we're talking about.
may I ask permission of Attorney City to discuss it, the details? Attorney City. Can we recognize Attorney City, the audit team leader of the ICT?
Yes. Po.
Ah,
Magbigay lang po kayo ng mga examples para malaman po ng taong bayan.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I am Attorney City Dimao, the audit team leader of the DICT po. As to what constitute an illegal, irregular, unconscionable, and extravagant expenses, for the illegal po, if there is a very glaring violation of the law, then it is considered illegal.
Ano po halimbawa can you?
For example po,
Okay, sir. example.
kunwari po, there should be a public bidding, but then wala pong bidding na nangyari, then it is considered illegal for being not compliant or in violation of the RA 9184 that require that all procurement must be undertaken through public bidding.
Okay, so this happened during the previous administration. So, at inihingi nyo na isoli itong 792 million. So, nasoli na ho ba? At ito pong mga taong responsible, nasampan na ho ba ng kaso, nasampan ng kaso sa ombudsman?
Your Honor, those notice of disallowances issued is an accumulation of various transactions, which either illegal, irregular, unconscionable, or extravagant. These are all pending appeal with the Commission on Audit, Commission Secretariat, or in the central office po. So,
Opo, pero after na nakita nyo po na ito nga po yung problema at siniling nyo na isoli ang 792, from previous administration po ito. So ano pong guarantee na may isusoli pa po itong 792 million? Ano pong klase mga programa meron kayo in place to ensure na these monies will be returned?
Your Honor, under the revised rules of procedure of the Commission on Audit, right after the disallowance is being appealed, then the Commission on Audit will issue the decision on whether final na po, on whether irregular po talaga siya or illegal. Then the Commission on Audit, after issuance of the decision, will issue the notice of finality of decision and COA order of execution requiring
Okay,
po na
so when would be the finality report be issued, ma'am?
The decision will also provide, sir, in some instances na the
When, ma'am?
transaction is being forwarded to the Office of
Ma'am,
Ombudsman.
sige, after all this investigation, thorough investigation that you will be conducting, my question is, kailan po in finality na lalabas po kayo ng result na talagang, yes, kailangan isoli ang 792, yes, may nagkasala rito, yes, si ganito ang kagagawa niyan, si ganon, si ganito, si Poncio Pilato, si Maria, si Jose. Kailan po namin malaman yan para masampahan po ng kaso, ang dapat sampahan ng kaso. Kasi napakalaking pera po ito, 500 million, more than 500 million pesos.
You are right po, Your Honor. Ang requirement mo under the revised rules of procedure natin sa COA is the cashier or the accountant and the head of the agency will file under PD 1445 will file a civil litigation or a civil case against the person liable to return the money. At the same time po, the COA in its decision will forward the decision to the Office of the Ombudsman if there is a
Okay, they
criminal
filed an appeal,
liability.
ma'am, right? Nag-appeal po yun?
Yes po.
And then, from the time that you received their appeal, ilang araw, linggo o buwan ang bibilangin hanggang sa kayo po'y makapaglabas ng inyo pong final decision?
The Commission Secretariat has the discretion po.
So, pwedeng sabihin 6 years, 10 years, 50 years?
No sir, may period po.
Kaya nga, ilang nga po, gaano kahaba yung period na yun are we talking about? Dapat meron kayo nakaset na date o timeline o timetable. Hindi
yes
pwedeng discretion lang ng isang tao. Paano kung isang tao inakurap, nabayaran, nasuhulan? Pwede niya patulugin lang yung kaso hanggang sa forever.
Your
hanggang
Honor, po.
walang
Your
hanggan.
Honor po, meron pong period within which the COA will issue
Well, then
the
dapat,
audit
can you tell
decision.
us how the period? Gaano katagal?
But the period po when to file the civil case against the person liable, yun po yung parang...
Yun nga, ma'am, dapat sabihin niyo po sa amin yung period from the time na nag-file sila ng appeal up to the time na you can come up with your decision after a thorough investigation, etc., etc. kailan malalaman lahat nang sa gayon, malaman ng taong bayan, yes, meron talaga dito nagloko, yes, kailangan talaga may masampa ng kaso, yes, itong mga taong ito kailangan talagang managot. Yun po yung ibig ko sabihin. Hindi kita tayo puro satsat lang and then hanggang sa dumating na 5 administrations later, hindi pa rin sila nasampa ng kaso hanggang sa ito po yung natulog lang sa pansitan, natabunan na lang po. Yun po yung point ko. Dapat bilisan niyo po at mag-set kayo ng timetable kung hanggang kailan matapos po yung investigation nyo. Para yung mga tao ay mag-expect.
Of notice of disallowance, the liable person is given at least 6 months to
6 months.
respond to the notice of disallowance. Pag hindi pa po nakapag-reply, then that's the time po na that the decision will be issued.
Okay. Have they replied already? Di ba nag-issue kayo ng nag-appeal sila. And then from after nag-appeal sila, meron kayong pinadalang document sa kanila for them to reply?
Yes po.
And then-
We issued the decision to the liable person.
Okay.
Then
When was it issued, ma'am? When was it issued?
for each notice of disallowance for regarding sa 7 million.
Opo.
I don't have here the data
Okay,
po
have they replied?
pa isa-isa, sir.
So ganito lang, ma'am. Bilisan po natin. Gusto ko malaman kung ano na nangyari dun sa kanilang reply, paano nyo po pre-process yung reply nila, paano po ninyo inaksyonan, at kailan po natin malaman ng taong bayan, sino-sino itong mga tao na nagkasala na nagwaldas ng pera ng taong bayan. Ano po yung point dito, ma'am?
Your Honor, we will provide you the report and when was the decision was issued to the determined liable person po.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Dalawa na lang po. In 2023, 18 contracts were awarded amounting to 1.679 billion. According to the COA report, 942 locations out of 3,456 locations were not activated. Anyari po dito sa 942 locations. Meron pong budget na release 1.6 billion something para sa 3,456 locations. Free wifi po ito para sa Free Internet Access for All Act, RA number 10929. DICT is mandated to provide free access to internet service in public places throughout the country. So yun na nga po, 2023, 18 contracts awarded amounting to 1.679 million to COA. According to COA, 942 locations out of 3,456 locations were not activated. Hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin po. Free wifi doon sa mga locations na yon. Ano po nangyari?
Yeah, Your Honor, I think without going through the details, kasi wala po akong detalye, but I remember that most of these contracts awarded where they failed to activate the sites, meron po silang liquidated damages. There are some contracts where the liquidated damages were really up to parang 8%, 9%. There were also SLA violations pag nagpe-fail silang mag-activate, Your Honor. We can give a list, but we are confident that of these reports,